Well, I said I might extrapolate that word tree I made. So I'm doing that for just a little collage fodder. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm just kind of getting the size that I've got available for my tree so that when I make it, it doesn't exceed my space. And then I also got a second little piece of paper to write words on. So this one I wanted them all to tie into home, but you can do this for any words you want. But I do recommend making a list of words, and I do recommend making a longer list of words than I made. I ended up sitting there for a while trying to come up with more words. It takes a lot of words to do this. What my plan was, and what I did end up doing, was I wanted enough words for all my tree branches and trunk and roots to all be words. I've done this before, but normally what I do is I draw in the tree and then I add the words. You can see me here. I am struggling for some more words. So I do recommend you take some time, make this word list beforehand. Pick your topic, make a list of words. All right, so once you have some words, I kind of just visualize my tree. And you can see right there, I'm kind of visualizing the space I want my trunk to go. And I tried to write my words where they would size for the trunk because I'm not going to draw the tree. My handwriting is the tree limbs. It is the trunk. It is the roots. So I just kept turning the piece of paper as I wrote so that each word would become its own limb, I guess is the best way to say it. Here I'm working on the roots, and I made the roots words. Hi, Dolly. Dolly's going to help with this voiceover, so y'all be sure to take notes from her. She's very good at art. Alright, so more tree limbs, but again, it takes way more words than you think it's going to take. Here's me realizing that I am almost entirely out of words, and I don't have much of a tree yet. I did also use the longer form of some word right there. My word was enjoy, but because I wanted it to be the entire long limb, I made it enjoyment. So have some different length words for your different length branches. And here I'm just having to think and write because I am out of words. I thought I had enough, but I did not. I desperately needed more limbs, so I desperately needed more words. Okay, Dolly. Alright, so I've given up on words. That's the best I can do. So then I just grabbed my scissors and I just started cutting that into a tree shape, remembering that the words are the wood. So you need to leave white space to be the rest of your tree. So you need to leave it for the leaves and the foliage. So I just cut kind of general shapes of what that would be. And I just made sure I rounded them out. I saw somebody talking about this the other day and they called it drawing with scissors. And I actually really like that idea. All right, so now I've got my tree, and it actually looks like a tree. So it wasn't as hard as I thought, but he does need some shading. So I got my archival ink and one of these blender brushes and just went around him. I love the soft look that those blender brushes give. I spent a long time before I finally bought them. I just recently got them because I thought, I don't need those. But y'all gotta admit, I really like them. And I love how they shaded my tree because it was very easy to get darker and lighter spots. You knew the first time you set that blender brush down, you were getting a dark spot. So I did kind of try to plan where I was going to set it down. Um, but yeah, I love this. I love those little brushes, and I didn't think I would. All right, so onto the page he's gonna go. Oh, I did outline him in pink. I forgot because pink, black, and white were my colors. Um, and I do like that. When I put him down on the page, I also outlined him again in pink and black. I outlined him in pink and then made my thick shadows on the page. No, outlined him in black and made my thick shadows on the page pink. And I do like the way it turns out. Here I'm just trying to keep that from sticking. That's a artist pit pen from Faber-Castell, and when it dries it is permanent, and I'm trying not to stain my mat. If you're wondering why I'm making a line wiping it up, you have a minute where it's not permanent, but once it dries it's permanent. So there's my tree. I will definitely be adding that to my collage fodder repertoire. Bye y'all.